Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're at Daytona Road from the track guide, this time in the Porsche Cup car using the fixed setup. The brake bias is shown on the screen, but any questions, let me know in the comments. Let's start the hot lap. Righty ho, let's start the hot lap. So we start nice and wide over on the right hand side, long braking marker, braking zone here, all the way down to second gear. Do use your engine braking. If you see, I move the brake bias from back to 750. I move it all the way forward a little bit to minus 6.75 here. Gently back on the gas. Anyone that drives this car often will know getting back on the gas is a lot like trying to make love to a hedgehog. You've got to do it carefully with a lot of precision. And occasionally you're going to get hurt. Back on the brakes here, again all the way down to second gear. Second gear is the sweet spot around Daytona. Getting a little bit oversteery on exit, looking for this exit road on the right. Once more down to second gear, smoothly back on the gas. And we're trying to hug the yellow line without moving our steering wheel as much as possible. You guys that drive ovals be a lot better at this. Over to the right hand side, we're just going to get past the 2 marker. I'm going to brake long and hard, drop it down to 4th gear, still on the brakes, back on the gas as early as possible. Going to try and avoid that grass on the left hand side. Just missed out on the X there. Now we're just holding it and holding it all the way around turn 12. And we go over and across the line in a 145.904. Fuck that cone. Right, we have the breakdown lap coming up next. Right, breakdown lap. So, going into turn 1, I have my brake bias at minus 7.5. And the braking marker, it's kind of tricky, but it's this entrance road on the left-hand side. Can you see the grass there? Basically, once that grass disappears out of my view, I get on the brakes. I brake up to about 70%, and I'm just trying to hold it. So if you see my steering wheel, I'm holding it at the same angle, so I'm trying not to put any extreme turn on it. I now start trailing off. I'm using engine braking as well, changing down as early as possible. Start the turn in, down to second gear, and now I try and smoothly get back on the gas using that camber that's on the inside of turn 1. Go through these, just clipping the curbs. They is actually quite bumpy if you really overdo it. Now, I personally then changed my brake bias. I hit it forward 4 clicks for this next turn because it's really quite sharp, and if you've got it as rearward as I previously did, then I just lose the back every time. So we come into it. The braking marker on this one is this light stanchion opposite sort of the 200 meter board on the right hand side. So we go past the 200, we brake here up to about 70% once again, try and wipe all that speed off. And then I trail it off down to second gear, still trailing off on the brakes. And again, I get on the gas, sort of at the apex. I can't go straight up to 100% until I open the wheel. And now I'm back on 100% gas. I'm going to be on this now all the way to turn 6. Just fighting the car a little bit on exit. So we go absolutely flat through turn 5. As you can see there. Now I've moved my brake bias back from, well, I've moved it 5 clicks back. That was actually one too many. I didn't realize I'd done that. So I've moved it back, and what I'm looking for are those 5 cones on the left-hand side. And basically, when I'm alongside the first or second one, that's when I start my braking. Oh, wow, that's not actually true. So it's just before the entrance road I start my braking. It's weird how your mind sort of has places for it, but it's not actually true. So just before that entrance road on the left hand side, I brake up to, again, about 70%. So just trying not to lock up the fronts or the rears here. Wipe that speed off in a straight line. Start trailing it off. We drop down through the gears to 4th to 3rd. I drop it down to 2nd at the apex here. And again, I'm up to sort of 70% gas at the apex. Then I open the steering up and get up to 100%. Next braking marker here is this entrance road on the right hand side, but it's the light coloured one alongside the 100-meter sign. So we get there and we brake up to 65%, wipe that speed off, drop it down to third, trailing it off down to the apex here, just clipping the inside rumble strip, getting back on the gas as we leave that, and again just holding it at about 70% until I can straighten the wheel, and now I go up to 100. And we're just up through the gears, get the car gently back down to the yellow line. Next braking marker just after the 2 sign here for the chicane. So we go through the 2 and then we get on the brakes up to about 75-80%, wipe that speed off, down to 5th gear, down to 4th gear. I'm still on the brakes, just coming off. Tiny little bit of maintenance throttle there, I don't know what I was doing. Back on the brakes, only up to about 20%, down to the 2nd apex. And now you're wanting to get on the gas as soon as possible. Now, I had a bit of understeer here. I was just waiting for that understeer to clear before, I mean, ideally, I'd be getting back on the throttle now. But I just had to wait, I don't know, maybe 2/10 of a second to get back up on the throttle because of that understeer. So you're wanting to go through, you're wanting to clip this inside curbing, and you're wanting to clip the next inside curbing. Now, I missed the 1X here on the left-hand side by about 1/2 inch. So you might want to give yourself a little bit more room than that during quali. And now it's just a final blast to the line on this long bendy straight. Once again, just trying to keep our wheel as still as possible. Any movement on the wheel is obviously just slowing us down. Over and across the line in a 145.904. We have one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking.